Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Batgirl. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself, then get us going. Okay, so if you can see from this positioning, I'm going to have her not really flying, but jumping through the air. I guess that's the best way to do it. We're kind of taking advantage of the entire page that we have it here. So I'm going to try to work on a jumping pose. I guess it's the best way to say it. So I have her kind of flying out as if she's soaring through the sky. She just jumped from rooftop to rooftop. That's the best way to look at it. But it kind of doesn't look like she's flying. So I kind of have to take that into account and make sure that she's not flying. Does that make sense? And this is the tricky part, is I can't turn my paper. So I'm kind of eyeballing here what I think is right. There we go. And so, because I have to eyeball it, I'm trying to get it right without doing too dark of lines, but I can already see some of them are starting to get thick. But that's how I sketch. I just like drawing lines over and over again. I see it, I just have to try to guide it there, you know? But that's the life I chose. Okay, that's good. And I may end up doing the laces on this one because I mean it's such a cool outfit, but because it's black, you know, the laces are super black, that you know I could probably end up doing them. But I love this design. This was such a cool design that they came up with. So I've been wanting to draw this one for a while. And sometimes when I draw my stuff, when I draw my drawings, I try to aim them towards whatever is happening social-wise. So like if a movie's coming out, that's when I try to do it, and try to keep up with what's popular right now, you know, that kind of thing. But you know, there's no Batgirl movie or anything, so I just decided, you know, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna enjoy myself, have a good time. That's why we're here, right? This is why I draw, because you know I wanna do it. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. And it was a good chance to do what I want. I mean, I know it's called How I Draw because this is how I draw, and you draw how you draw, and we're gonna meet somewhere in between. But again, I'm also trying to stay relevant to, you know, things you guys want to see. This is how I draw, not what I want, right? Oh, you know what I'm doing? I'm doing exactly what I tell you not to do. Also, I'm getting into the details without finishing up the shape of the body. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the anatomy down, and then work on the details. Because I mean, I was pretty much in there anyway. But mostly, what I try to tell you is make sure that you have your proportions right, so you're not falling off the page. But I knew that I'm not going to fall off the page, so that's also why I wasn't too concerned. But still, I gotta practice what I preach, right? Oops, she doesn't have a... I started to draw a glove way up here, but she doesn't have that. She's got them a little lower down here. Let's see, let's do a hand up like this. There we go. That'll work for that. Let's do one over here, make sure I've got it in the right position. Then I'll add the details. We're going to do it up just like that one. Yeah, that'll work. So let's give her a head. Make sure that's sized proportionally. And a lot of times too, it helps to reverse your image. Like if you're working digitally, you just switch it out or walk away and look in the mirror. But this is taped down to the table, so I can't really do that. So all I can do is just kind of lean back and make sure that I'm giving you a good proportioned, well-placed drawing. Okay, that looks about right. So let me add some details, and I think I can actually fit a little bit more in than normal, because normally I can only give you so much because of the size of the drawing, and it'll bleed too much if I add a lot. But because I get to go a little bit bigger, because normally I'm trying to fit here, you know, now because I can fit there, I can add a little bit more detail, and that's good. So I'm going to see if I can give you a little bit extra. And you know what too? I see a mistake, but I'm kind of covering it up. And that mistake is, I think this is too small for that, but we're going to hide a little bit of it. And keep going and see if it'll flesh itself out, so to speak. Because we have hair to add and the cape. So once I do that, I think we're going to hide quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, so see, that'll kind of cover itself up. So sometimes you can get away with a little bit extra. The cape going back like this. I want it kind of flying up like that. Something like that. There we go. Alright, so let me add a few more extra little details just to make sure I've got the hands right. But I think we're ready to go. So I'm going to erase the these sketch lines and make a ghost of an image I can draw, and I'm going to welcome everybody that skipped over to this Sharpie portion. Let me just add these details real fast. The other trick is I got to make sure I don't draw stuff too big. Like, I tend to draw the hands really big just because I'm excited and I love the pose and stuff like that. So I just got to make sure I make it proportional. There you go, something like that. Okay, I think I am ready. I'm going to erase what I was talking about, the lighter sketches, because I throw a lot of lines down, and leave the ghost of the image. And like I said, welcome everybody that skipped to the Sharpie portion. If you're working with pencil, you just get darker. I want the Sharpie to stand out, not the pencil lines, so I'm going to hide all these little sketch lines. And it'll just leave me something to trace over, so to speak, you know, to guide me in the drawing. And let the Sharpie stand out, not the pencil. Alright. Alright, good to go. So, let's welcome everybody that skipped. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find the things that a fine point can't quite find. So, I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines. What's left are the more confident, darker lines, but they're light and faint, so we don't have to worry about whether we can see them or not. I'm going to start off with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better, and I want to do this fine detail like the face. So, because my paper's taped down, I have to kind of move around myself, so pardon me if I'm all over the place trying to get it down, okay? Alright, so the face, if this is straight action, she's kind of this way and up a little bit, okay? So just keep that in mind whenever we're drawing these proportions. So I'm going to draw the top of her eyelid first, like that, just to see if I've got it about where I want. And that looks good. That looks about where I want to put her. So let me draw some retinas to get the shape of the eye, like that. And kind of get that she's looking at you. Looks very cartoonish, so we're gonna add a little bit of more realism to it. And so normally I don't draw the under part of the eye, but I think this is big enough that I can do it because these Sharpies will bleed, and when you're drawing tiny little things, it tends to bleed out and just blurs the entire thing. But because I'm getting to use the entire sheet, I think we got room to do it. So let's see what we can do here. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of a cat eye on top, a little bit of makeup like this. And bring it in like that. I think that's all I'll do. I don't want to go too crazy because, like I said, I just don't want it to bleed on you. I want it to look good. We'll add a little bit of pupil like that just to, you know, make it come alive. Pull that eye in just a little bit, and we'll kind of let the retina imply the the iris. No, the retina. That's right. The color is the retina. Let the retina imply the bottom of the eye. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing there. Just a little bit of pupil. Add a little bit of makeup, like we were talking about, just a kind of a cat eye. It's the easiest way to draw makeup without having to draw all the details. Just a little bit of the cat eye like that. The same thing, we're going to bring that in. And that's it. I don't want to do any more because, like I said, it's going to bleed if I do. For her mask, let's go ahead and draw that, and that'll give us start-stop points so we know where we are. I'm going to go ahead and just draw the eyelids. Or the eyelets, I guess. And I've already sketched this out, so that's why I can kind of just trace around like this. Normally, you don't want to just draw willy-nilly, because willy is getting in the way, and nilly will tell you the wrong thing. So I can. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to draw the eyebrows. I want to do that with color. Normally, I would go ahead and put it in right there, but I think it would look better if we leave that for color. And the eyelets of the mask kind of let us get away with not putting that in. So let's draw the edges here. I'm going to draw the edge of the mask like this. Gonna come up, come down, and draw just a little part. Come in right there. That's going to go around her ear and bring it in like that. Now, normally we draw the ears like level with the top of the eye and the bottom of the nose, but like I said, her head is kind of tilted up a little bit like that, so we get to draw it a little bit lower. Okay, let's go ahead and just play around with a little bit of the ear like that, just to give it some detail, just to give it a little bit of life to it. And let's go ahead and draw the cowl. I'm going to draw the ear like this. And I'm going to start to thicken it up too, because I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie in a little bit. And this is super thick, so I'm kind of getting ready for what it's going to look like, okay? So let's do this for this other part. Since this ear is behind this part of the head, let's just round it off like that. And it's not going to be perfect. That's okay. Don't worry about that. We're not worried about stuff like that. I mean, try to get it, but there. See? It came out more of a dome than round, but that's okay. I'm gonna make that work. So I'm gonna thicken up this outer edge, or inner edge, sorry. I'm gonna swoop it down to the, oops, God, look at that, I keep messing up. That's too thick. So I'm gonna thicken up the inside edge like that to kind of dome it out. So see, I kind of smoothed it a little bit by making it super thick. A little thicker than I wanted, but that's okay, because watch how thick this is going to be. It's not going to stand out and look too crazy. Let's go ahead and do the other ear. And again, I'm going to thicken that up just a little bit. Boom! There we go. So we're in the home stretch. Alright, so now I'm going to give her the nose. And so again, we can see a little bit more of the underside. So I'm going to kind of come in. I'm going to go ahead and draw the edge of the nose. Normally I don't, because you can't really see that much, but since she's at an angle, we can see this edge. And so I'm going to draw the underside of her nostril like that, bring it like this. We'll go ahead and draw a little bit of the bulb of the nose like that. So I'm going to draw her mouth now. Give her a little bit of a smile, just a little bit. I'm going to come in and do the lips, go into the bottom lip. There we go. Now, I'm going to finish off the face. I should have drawn the chin first. I don't know why I didn't. I'm just excited to draw this, is what I am. I was talking about it during the sketch that I'm excited to draw her, because normally I try to draw what's current in the world, what you like watching, like the movies that are coming out, or cartoons that are popular, you know? But there's no Batgirl stuff going out, and I really wanted to draw her, so I'm excited that I get to do it. Okay, so I'm going to draw her neck to her jacket, like that. Same thing, I'm going to draw this one in here, there, and I think I'm going to switch over to the, no, yes, I'm going to switch over to the jacket, and I'm going to come back with the hair with this finer Sharpie in a second. But I'm going to start working on the thick stuff now. So we're going to draw her collar of her jacket, and then the sleeves of her cape. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the edge of it like that. Now see how thick that is? That's what I'm talking about. I know that it's going to be that super thick, so I wasn't too worried about this other part looking too thick. It's all going to work together. Okay, so she's got those the shoulder parts that strap on like this. That, and there are snaps. That's one thing I like about this costume too, is it's very real, very made, you know? Comic books were made in a time where you didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff, and it was like yeah, just give them skin tight suits, you know? And that's what everybody keeps drawing. So it's kind of refreshing for someone to make a real suit, you know, something that's actually, you know, usable, you know? Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and do the hair, because now I can, and I want to do a little finer point. That's why I kind of wanted to wait to do it with this Sharpie. But I am going to thicken up the edge just a little bit. Like that. There we go. Give it a little bit of finesse, but not all the hairs. We're not going to draw them all. Okay, so let's do, and this one I got kind of weird. I kind of did it over the cape. I shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to keep with what I did, because I like the look that I came up with. And maybe I'll fix the cape in a bit. I just wanted to get like a finer, my paper's bowing, like a finer line for hair. And again, I'm going to thicken some of it up. Than I can with this Sharpie. Ooh, always cap your Sharpies. Never leave it open like that. I know I'm about to pick it back up, so I wasn't too worried about it. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that before I go crazy and start drawing all the lines. I'm good there. So, let's see. So now I'm going to draw her jacket. Okay? Let's see. So, I've got her leaning back. She's almost kind of like flying through the air. So, I'm going to go ahead and just draw the jacket, and we're going to come back in and add some extra parts. So, I'm going to draw like a seam and connect it like that. And there's going to be some like that, some folds in the jacket. So, I'm going to come down and just go ahead and draw the whole thing. She's kind of tilted back a little bit. So, we're going to draw the jacket in like this. And it's a leather jacket, so I don't have too many creases and folds because it's a pretty sturdy piece of cloth. Okay, so same thing. I'm just gonna kind of add some seams to the edge here. And you know what I didn't draw? I didn't draw the bat signal. Oof. Let's see. We'll come back in a second and do that. So let's go ahead and draw the arms and keep going with the jacket since we're here, right? I'm gonna come down to the elbow, to the cuff of the glove. Same thing down to the elbow. Come like that. And we're gonna add some creases and fold because you know there are some lines in the jacket like this, but you know, like I said, not a lot because it's, you ever had a leather jacket? It's got obviously bends in it and stuff like that, you know, so it's gonna have some give, but it's a pretty stiff piece of material. Okay, so for this glove, or for this hand, we're just gonna draw a regular old glove. Well, not a regular old glove because she's Batgirl, right? They're a little special. Put in those buttons. And I'm gonna draw her hand, just basically up like this. Both of them are gonna be like that. They're just kind of like flying through the air like that. So I'm gonna draw the thumb like this, and then the fingers are all gonna be behind it. So there's the index finger, the middle finger. It didn't quite come out with a swoop like I wanted, so I'm going to clean that up real quick. There we go. The ring finger, and the pinky we're just going to kind of stick out. So if the hand's coming in like this, we're going to stick the pinky out very dramatic style like that. Okay, so she's kind of doing one of these. That's kind of what we're going for. And we'll add just a little bit of like bends in the glove just to show that it's, you know, got a little bit of stress on it. Okay, so let's see. So now let's do the other side. We'll do the detail in the jacket in a second. I just wanted to get the basics of it down. So I'm going to come do just like we did there. We're going to draw the arm to the crook of the elbow, down to the glove, other way back, elbow, the forearm, the bicep, and again I'm going to add some creases and folds like that. Not too many. Like I said, I want to go crazy, but I need to stop myself. So same thing with this hand, but it's going to be the back side. So pretty much doing like that, kind of like that is what we're going for. So I'm going to draw the crease of the glove like that. Let's draw those buttons before we forget. Like that. And then the back side of the hand, pretty much in that position. So I'm going to draw the thumb like this. And the hand's got like that. See, we're going to have a little bit of extra bump there because of the way we have it. So now I'm going to draw the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and same thing, we're going to do the pinky just kind of out, you know? And let me clean that up just a little bit because, again, these big Sharpies only do so much. And I want to get the best out of what I can do. All right, there we go. We're gonna leave it like that. And so now, let's add. I'm gonna eyeball this. Hopefully I get it right. The bat signal or the bat shape, because I didn't sketch it out. That's a big no-no, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna do what I tell you not to do all the time. I'm gonna eyeball this. So I'm going to draw the shape of the head like that. I want the top of it to be there, so I can add the ears like that. And let's see, and it's straight up like this. I'm going to do both sides at the same time so I don't lose my proportions of what goes where. Keep this one a little short. This one a little short. And let's see. So that means there's going to be a point here, here, and there. So now I'm just going to basically connect the dots. I'm going to round them up like that. Let's do this one too. Again, just to kind of keep the look the same. Alright, same thing over here. Not bad. How'd yours come out? Awesome. Alright, so there we go. So, because her leather jacket does have some, zippers and things like that, let's go ahead and see what we can put in here. So, there's going to be pockets right here. We'll do one over here on this side too. Like that. Let's see, there's a zipper down the middle. And it does have two edges to it, but I'm not worried about that. I think we're good enough with just one down the middle. And then there are lines down here like this, like that, and they're going to come to the edge of the coat, the edge of the zipper, and just kind of come down. That, and what else? I see a couple more like this, like that, and I think that's going to be good for that, and we can move on to the rest. Let's do real quick her belt, her pouches. I'm going to do them. No, let's do it with the big Sharpie. It's fine. The big Sharpie's fine. I don't want to make it too small. So, because she's kind of stretched out, this leg is over this one basically, so I'm going to draw her pouches real fast. And I know what I'll do. I'll add the top part of the pouch with the tiny Sharpie. This will just be the strap. Like that. And, so her thigh, the other side is right here, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in real fast, just so you see where we are. And draw this pouch that she has. Now I'm going to have to draw the legs to give you the rest of the dimensions. So let's see, her front, her crotch is going to be like this, coming down here. But this leg's going to come over across it like this and come down to the knee. Because I see how I got her leg in front of her? That's where that's going. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw the pants down to the boot. Like this. I'll go ahead and draw that boot. So we have an edge. And now that I have that, I can draw the other leg, which is leaning back behind her like that. So I'm kind of just adding the part you can see. There you go. So here I'm just going to add just a little bit of specific detail, just to try to make it come alive. Make it specific. I don't know what the word I'm looking for there, but I'm just trying to, make it real. side, something like that, okay? Okay, we'll do the cape last. I'm just going to keep building on what I have here. And so now I'm going to go ahead and do the other leg to the boot like we're doing. Like that, to the boot. In that way. And we're just going to draw the boots. So, I'm going to draw this one first. And again, I've already sketched it out, so that's kind of why I know where I was going with this. Okay, the other one's back behind it, and you can only see so much of it, so I'm just going to come in here, do that. Okay. There we go. So, for the inside, let's do the cape and then I'll add a little bit of detail to the boots real fast. So, since we're here with the cape, I'm going to pretend it's coming down here. Like that. Okay, and this one we're going to do, switch it up a little bit. That. I had it flowing the other way, but I didn't want it messing up with the hair. So, okay, so let's just add just a few little details, and I'm gonna draw the back of the knee like that, and we'll finish this up. So, let's see. The front of it's going to be coming down like this. That's going to come down like this. Let's see. You can't see the front of that one. So I was talking about doing the shoelaces, but I think I'll do those with color. I'm just gonna, that way I can do them lighter, and it's not gonna distract from our drawing here. Okay, so there's just some stress on the boots, like that. And there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color, so that is Batgirl. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.